Welcome back to a new video, and I am actually kind of excited, but I've been on the debate on making this video because it's kind of a weird one, but it's kind of a... Anyways, you guys let me know what you think. So, welcome to my dorm. Now, this might come as a surprise, but I am in the military currently. I've mentioned it a couple videos previously if you haven't seen it already, but I have a super match coming up on August 28th, and I want to bring you guys along for it, but the gyms are kind of still closed here in Ontario. I don't really have a lot of access to a friend's gym or any gym in particular, so I figured, here, let's sit down and talk. If you guys have been following me on social media, I have been doing some pulling, a little bit of training, but actually training quite hard because finally, I have a super match. It's on August 28th, which is about, I think it's 9 weeks out from yesterday. I don't know the exact location. I'll definitely be letting you guys know, but I do think it's in the Toronto area. So I'm actually going up against Eddie Araujo. I think it's Eddie Araujo. Anyways, I've pulled with him before, and he's a very strong dude. I would say he's, if I'm comparing myself to him, I believe I have the stronger hand, but he is better in the hook. So it's pretty much gonna be, I don't know, it could be a top roll versus top roller or a top roller versus a hooker. Okay, that sounded bad. So leading up to this match, as everyone knows, obviously with the pandemic, sometimes it's hard for, people to access a gym or to access actually really good equipment, but I did want to bring you guys along for this journey, and maybe you guys can follow along too. Now, this isn't going to be pretty, this little training camp, if you want to call it. This isn't going to be the most fanciest equipment, because if you could tell, I have a bed there, a bed there, a bed there, and then there's my bed. Now, I can get into the details a little bit later on why I'm in this little space, but technically, I'm just living here until my course starts in August, and we're gonna do the training here, except, well, the majority of training will be done here, but we're gonna use some very simple equipment, and it's gonna be definitely very beneficial for people who don't really have much or don't have actual access to proper equipment. So I figured I would do a little video series of prepping for a tournament. But yeah, so welcome to the new gym facility, this beautiful, I know everyone's already asking, like, how much do I pay for something like this? How can you afford it? Honestly, it's probably from the amount of likes and views that I get on YouTube. I've just been exploding, and I cannot thank you guys so much. I think I'm up like 20 subs in the last couple months. So thank you guys so much. I really genuinely appreciate it. And on top of that, if you could just quickly smash the like button and subscribe down below, it might help out the YouTube algorithm, because it's I don't know about you guys, but before I'm gonna start my workout, I'm probably gonna put some EAAs in. I'm pretty big on the supplements, to be honest. I'm a huge believer in, taking care of your body. It sounds really cheesy, but I'm a huge believer in actually just, staying hydrated for one, healthy for two, but actually taking the proper supplements so you're actually building muscle. Now, what I've been using lately, I've been digging the Gear. It's an EAA supplement, so obviously amino acids, and flavored iced tea. And I like my drinks really cold. Some people like them warm, but I like them cold. So when I'm having cold iced tea, I actually feel like I'm having a, I'm having a proper summer drink. And it's cool because it's obviously really good for you. It helps repair muscle. Because people are always asking me, like, how do you get so big? And I'm just like, I don't know. I'll take some EAAs. I'm really big on recovery, so I try to stay consistent, one at least per day, one scoop, and sometimes 2 scoops. But I'll usually take it with some fish oils just to make sure I'm getting my omegas in. Oh my gosh. Now, obviously there's gonna be people who are gonna watch this, and I'm gonna be like, that seems really excessive, and everyone has their own opinion, but I also add in glutamine. And essentially, it's just really for recovery. I genuinely don't think that you should be taking it before a workout. I think you can take it throughout the day, or probably after a workout would be a little bit better, but everyone has their own routine, and I kind of just take it before, because after a workout, I tend to get protein in. Well, I like to get protein in with some proper food, and then a protein shake a little later, or something like that. But, okay, we got our EAAs, fish oils. Take this and then we'll actually work out. I'm just talking a lot. If you guys ever have any questions about supplements, or what do I take? Because I take quite a few supplements, you know, besides SARMs, PCP, just some really hard drugs. You know, I take your basics, you know what I call it, your creatine, your protein, your EAAs, your fish oils. No. I was joking about the SARMs and the PCP and no. All right, let's get into the workout. Out here looking like a vegan, oh she glows. Wanna know my secrets and my antidote. So first exercise is going to be more of like a bicep curl. I'm gonna show you guys the variation that I like to do because there's a reason for it. When I'm doing these, because I don't have a table, you know, anything that I can kind of mimic an arm wrestling, you know, movement on an actual surface, I tend to do my bicep curls like in like a side pressure position. But when I do it, I tend to put my elbow in just a little more. So essentially, I'm always kind of in like a hook position, trying to get that arm wrestling, you know, contraction in. Essentially, when I'm doing this, I really try to think like as if I'm holding someone's hand or I'm on the table. Already feeling a little bit of throbbing pain from the practice. Now when you're doing this, you are going to feel a lot of pressure in areas that are you wouldn't usually get during a bicep curl, but it's normal. It's arm wrestling pain. Peace. When it's just done, I'ma feel up arenas. Ooh, like Gilbert Arenas. Shoot my shot, I'm still with the demons. Ooh, I keep it thorough. I got 5 chicks in New York, that means one in each borough. I'm in the pocket like Burrow. When I'm back home, no, they treat me like Robert De Niro. Took her to talk about butter and churro. Took her home, gave her a cinnamon swirl. I left it in, now I got her €1. Zeros on zeros on zeros. That's what my bank account balance say. I got a check from a shoe company, now I do anything in New Balance say. I bought her a plane to get out of state. I got me a shorty from Monterey, said I'm in town today. She said she coming over and she down to stay. I got a hit, she been playing that shit, so when she pull up on me, I know what she about to say. What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in. I got options, I can pass that bitch like Stockton. I'm going to move on now to the first exercise I kind of talked about in the warm-up. Keep in mind that, like I told you, I have absolutely no idea on how much weight's in here. It's clothes, papers, knickknacks, just loose stuff I have around. So like I said, it could be 25, 30 pounds, maybe 35 pounds, I don't know. Sticking to the high rep ranges. Anyways, in saying that, with this little belt, I usually wrap it around my thumb. And then I like to, when it's pulling on the back, I like to squeeze in my thumb. So like a little bit of, you feel that muscle contract. And then I don't completely close that hand, but I almost try to feel like as if I'm gripping someone's hand. And then essentially from that moment on, I'm doing a lot of pronation. But in general, I kind of like to try and stay I try to stay more well-rounded just because you kind of need to be when you start getting really good. But I'm mainly a top roller and I need to improve my hook, especially in the super match coming up. So in saying that, I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, follow along.
As if the water could wash away all the shit that he done. He let it run deep in thought about when he was young. Got out and looked in the mirror back at the man he become. Then he opened the door to see his wife on the bed, on the verge of tears. Looked him in the eyes and instead of saying anything, she threw him his phone with the text read. But instead of more lies, he just looked at her and said, aim high and I swing low. Open mind, anything goes. TLC to these silly hoes. They ain't listening to Queen and it really shows. I got tight bitches with my holy soul. I don't fuck with no chicken, only goes. Out here looking like a vegan, oh she glows. Wanna know my secrets and my antidote. Self-care, good living. Vision board and a mission. Eat my greens, nutrition. You ain't on my body, then I don't gotta listen. Extra, extra, read all about it. Queen coming back with a brand new style.
So next exercise is going to involve this band that I showed you earlier. How I usually set this one up is, yeah, don't mind the little desk area with, yeah, this, but it's super easy. I literally just wrap it around this little post thing, completely not at the right level. See through the loop, I pull, and then essentially I'll set you guys up, but this is another position where you can kind of get in that little top roll position. You can get into a little bit of a hook. And you can even press if you kind of dig in with your shoulder. So let me show you a demonstration and then now we'll start the workout. I usually just take it, I'll set it up how I like. And then essentially, like I said, if you see where I'm from standing, like if I put my arm, it's a little bit on an angle. So maybe like 8-9 degrees. But essentially, so I'll move this back more. So essentially, I usually will just grip up. I kind of get that elbow in tight. I lock in, I kind of tighten my hand. And then I'll just do like a lot of side pressure movements. I'll get a different angle for you guys here in a split sec. Get that elbow in, I get that hand nice and tight off that thumb, I kind of squeeze in, and then a lot of side pressure. This is gonna go, I set up here, and then a lot of side pressure, different angle. Set up. I'm just gonna, like, pretty much for these sets, I'm not actually counting like, you know, 15, 16, 17 reps. I'm actually just gonna go high rep range until I feel comfortable of stopping, and then kind of just switch arms and go from there. Now, usually I'm actually really good with programming. I'll literally have a book. Actually, okay, yeah, my book's over there, but I usually have a book and I write everything down, like the amount of weight I'm using, the amount of reps. I put pretty much a line, and then the next time I come to the workout, I kind of look at my numbers and I'm like, well, you know, I did 100 pounds for 12 reps. I'm like, today I'm gonna try 105, you know? And then over time, you can actually see progress. Pretty much like your average gym bro in the gym, except doing it with arm wrestling, which is something I highly recommend. But this is gonna be the first prep ever, and well, okay, so I've done 4 tournaments, but this will be the first super match tournament, if you wanna call it, where I'm not actually going to write anything down. However, I do keep track of my protein and making sure I'm getting enough food so I can build muscle. All right, let's continue the workout.
Bro, where you get them from? Detroit, that machine gun. Spray boy, let's go hit some. Been whipping them. Where you get them done? Hey, bro, I might put you on the table and spread you out like some yeah. Bitch, you don't know shit. You just want all my money. I was focused, now focus, we're focused the party. I know this, oh shit, that's it.
Took a stab in the dark and broke the tip of my knife off, but your throat is slit, cause I'm cutthroat to me. Up close with it, the ultimate. I just let the poker chips fall, but they were supposed to be. Now the days are over, gravy changing sofas, trying to save it Kroger. So why would I give a fuck about that? Fucking train a Jofa. How about that?
So next exercise is going to be something very similar than what we just did. However, this time we're going to be doing a variation. So here's the band again. Let me set it up, but pretty much all I'm doing is gripping, holding, pulling and rotating. So essentially, get a little bit more pull out of this, a little bit rotating, rotating. I'll set it up and follow along some more.
Living these days, turn my wife, keep digging that grave. That I gotta get paid, prove myself, yeah, get on my grade. Walk into class like, give me that A. Think I'm trash, put a bag in your face, and I put you by the road like, look, we're the same. Here's a reminder that I still spit. Think I need to advise you to watch your lip, or at least realize that I'm not no kid. Don't Google my name trying to find my crib. Write a pop song, then I write a song like this. Do a lot wrong, doesn't matter, I learn quick. I'm an outlaw, my brain has no fins. Doesn't matter either way to me, cause even if it did, I would destroy it. Used to be employee, now I'm employee. I gotta make it, yeah. I gotta make it, man, these are the options, these are the options. I gotta make it, I gotta make it, whoa. I gotta make it, man, these are the options, these are the options. I gotta make it, I gotta make it, whoa. I gotta make it, man, these are the options, these are the options.
All right, so that's going to conclude it for today. Now, I hope you guys genuinely enjoyed this content, or at least for those who have made it this far. Like I said, it's not the most entertaining training, but the reality is a lot of the time, you know, if we don't really have the proper equipment, I spend a lot of the time looking like an idiot in my room. Like if someone really opened my door while I was working out, they would wonder what the hell I'm doing. because I make weird noises. I look stupid. I'm dressed like an idiot. I don't even wear shoes when I'm working out in here. Like I don't even know how I do it, but I hope you guys can relate to a certain extent. Please let me know in the comments below what you guys want to see next. Or do you guys want to just see, like, you know, what am I doing? Why am I doing it? Throw some music on, kind of zoom through it, and go that style. But anyways, thank you again for tuning in. Oh, and also, if you guys ever have any questions in regards to the military, just because I am a military member, how it works, if you guys are interested in getting in, or have thought about it in the past, or want to know a couple stories, whatever you want, feel free to DM me on Instagram. If you see me around, definitely ask. But yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in to my beautiful hotel room that I permanently live in until I leave here. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Till then, peace.